Hey guys, and welcome to question 212 of the Further Maths Fortify study guide. This question reads, the table below shows the number of tickets sold and their cost for a comedy show. And then we're given a table that you will see in your books. Then goes on to say the matrix product that displays the total number of tickets sold and the total value of these tickets is, and then we're given these 5 different options. Now immediately starting, we can get rid of options A and B, because here we have a 1x4 a 1x4 matrix and a 4x1 matrix, which means we would be left with a 1x1 matrix being the product, and we are looking for 2 different bits of information. We want a matrix, a final matrix or a product matrix that has 2 different values in it at least. So immediately we can get rid of the first 2 options. Looking at this next option C, we can see that we're going to end up, we've got a 2x4 and a 4x1. So we're going to end up with a 2x1 at the end of it. So we're going to get the right amount of values. But if we look at what this matrix product will do, when we put here are our prices of tickets and then the number of tickets in the second row, when our first row goes into this column matrix, it's just going to add these totals together. 1 times 50 plus 1 times 75 plus 1 times 100. And of course, we don't just want to add these 4 numbers together. It'll then do the same thing with row 2. So effectively what option C does is it adds all the first row together, and then it's going to add the second row together. And yet those will be your 2 values. So that's not what we're looking for. On to option D. Once again, we're going to take this row and put it into the first column. Once again, we'll have 2 different values when we finish. One of them, well, this first one, when we plug it into here, is going to sum all of these values. So it's going to add 50 and 75, 100 and 120. And then we're actually going to get the total amount of revenue made through ticket sales, because it's going to do 28 times 50, which is how many tickets were bought. So we are actually, in fact, going to end up finding out the total amount of money that was made, or the total value of those tickets, but we won't have the total number of tickets sold, which is why D is also not the correct answer. Which means that option E is the only answer that's left. It is the correct answer, but we'll talk about why. So once again, we're going to get 2 different values in our answer, because we've got a 1x4 and a 4x2, which means we're going to end up with a 1x2. This row here represents the number of each type of tickets that were bought. So when we take this row and plug it into our first column of 1s, it's going to add all these numbers together, which will give us the total number of tickets sold. And then when we take this row and plug into the second column, which tells us how much money each of those tickets makes, we'll find out the total revenue, or the total value of those tickets. So the first one is going to tell us the total number of tickets, and then plugging into this second amount is going to bring out that total value, which means E, of course, is our correct answer. If you guys have any questions about that, please drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.